Yes, sir, Skid. You are tuned in to another edition of Infinite Vibes, provided by Taste and powered by Dash Radio. I'm Moran, the man. My lovely co-host DJ B-Lex is in the building.
What's up, brother?
Man, I'm chilling. You know, we're live. We're blessed. We're in the presence of another legend.
Yes.
You know, we've been blessed by a couple of legends. You know, Sean Garrett blessed us. You know, Donnell Jones blessed us.
Right.
And now we're in the presence of a producer, a legendary producer. Zaytoven is in the building. What's happening?
Yes.
What up?
You tell us, because, you know, for the people who may be living up under a rock, Billboard has added him to the list of the top 50 producers of the 21st century.
That's big.
Very big.
That's
very
big.
You top 10, but I get it, you know.
You know what? I looked at it like, you know, that's not, Billboard is not really my lane. Zaytoven is not known for just making so many big #1 records or none of that. So to be in that top, you know, that top 50 list is definitely a blessing to me.
Right.
You know, I'm known,
You're a pioneer of the trap genre.
Well, if you read what they said in there, that the person that wrote about me, they were saying the unadulterated sound of trap music. So that made me feel good that, you know, it's about, Zaytoven is more so about his sound than it is about what records he has. So.
Correct. I agree with
You
that.
definitely got a lot of copycats. A lot of people tried to make Zaytoven type beats.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
No, the one that sticks out, like the vocal instrument, that like that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of producers done stole your style with that. Like, where did that come from? Like that, that's just so significant. Like,
it comes from
beautiful.
a keyboard. I play keyboard, so it's a rolling. Back then, it was the rolling Phantom, and the sound was in the keyboard. And when I make beats, I'm making them fast and I'm spontaneous. So once I'm just pressing buttons, I find something I like, I use it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then once I use it and it sound good, I use it all the time. So when other people start, like, dang, bro, why would they do that?
That was you did that. Great vocal instrument.
A lot of sauce has definitely been taken from Zaytoven, but at the end of the day, you know, you are a producer. You've set a lot of trends, but out of all that, you've been very consistent. You know, the first time we all got introduced to your sound was in 2004 when you had your hit record Icy, and you know, from 2004 to 2021, you've seen the game change consistently. So how does it feel for you to still be a part of the industry?
Man, it's amazing just to be right here still, to be, you know, relevant. And that's why that Billboard meant so much to me. It made me feel like, you know, I've been putting in work. You know what I mean? Like, people notice, you know, what I've been doing. Because believe it or not, you know, people look at me as like a big producer and all that, but I feel like a lot of times I get overlooked on a lot of things.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for them putting my name in there, you know, it didn't matter what number I was.
Right.
Just the fact I'm in there just made me feel good. So,
So you don't care, because I believe they either had you at, I think they had you at number 28.
Yeah, 28.
So at number 28, because, you know, like B-Like said, top 10, I mean, you could have at least top 15. At least, you know, 28.
I looked at it like that.
For our culture. I know Billboard isn't our culture for real.
Yeah,
they like to,
That's
you
why
know,
I
be
said
included in that, but they're not really hip to what we got going on for real.
Exactly. That's why I said that.
Absolutely, because even with that, it's like you're a producer, you know, you even stay hip to what's going on. Because I remember watching a video, this was a couple of years ago, you were talking about how, you know, you were on the internet and you found Migos and you got in your car looking for them, but you're Zaytoven. It's like, they should have came to you. Like, so how do you humble yourself to put yourself out there and look for what's new?
I really feel like the industry had humbled me. And the reason why I say that is because people know me from, like you say, 2004 is Gucci Mane. You know, I'm doing music for Gucci Mane.
Right.
Which the industry don't care nothing about Gucci Mane. It's like he a street guy that's, you know what I mean, that's coming up that all the young guys like, but the industry, that, you know, they kind of frown upon, you know, Gucci. So I'm one of those guys that when I try to send music to, you know, somebody that's in the industry or A&Rs or people that's working on these big projects, they don't like my music or they don't get it. Somebody like Migos, you know, these young guys around the neighborhood that kind of got a name for themselves. Those guys listen to a Zaytoven beat and be like, bro, this is the greatest. This is like gold to us,
this
right
is Quincy
here.
Jones.
You know what I mean?
Quincy
This
Jones
Quincy Jones to us.
Right.
So that's the reason why, you know, I stay humble and go and rock with those type of guys, because I know, you know, we feed off each other. They like what I do, and I love what they do. You know, and that's the reason I've been in the game for so long, is because it's not because Zaytoven had so many big #1 records or worked with all these big time artists. Zaytoven worked with these young artists before they blew up, and now they the biggest stars in the world.
Right.
So that's what, you know, that's what kept me around.
So prior to you, of course, having a big hit in 2004 with Gucci Mane, like, what was the life like before that?
I mean, I'm a barber by trade, so I cut hair.
So you got other talents, so you not just
cut hair. I always been a church musician, so like I never had to work a real job because I play music at church. So you might catch me playing at a funeral. I might be playing at somebody's wedding. I might be playing at different concerts because this is what I do. This is how, you know, this is what I love to do, and this is how I make my money. I cut hair. I go to the barbershop all day until I got to go play some music somewhere.
Right.
I make beats because I got a studio at home and it's fun to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to record me, my brothers, whoever else want to record. Right. So, you know, that was my life. And I felt like I can live like this the rest of my life. You know what I mean? I can cut hair. I can make beats and, you know, maybe get a few dollars on the side or
Is it
keep playing
true
music.
that you were still cutting hair while you had songs on Billboard?
Man, I had Usher, #1. It was Papers. And I was in the barbershop. I was in the barbershop all day, every day still.
Wow. Came from the horse's mouth. That's something that I heard.
blessing.
I never believed it. Well, now
Yeah.
you said it, so.
Man, I made my first check from that was like $101,000.
Wow.
I ain't never made that much. My family ain't never made that much
Off
money.
of one record.
Off of anything.
Off anything.
Like, my
Cumulative, you
yeah,
said,
I mean,
like-
I'm just saying, you know, to get $100,000 at one time.
Yeah.
My parents looking like they scratching their head like I never would have seen this day coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
That's a blessing.
But I was still cutting hair in the barbershop just for the simple fact I watched my mama get up and go to work every day and watch my daddy get up and go to work every day. So why am I not getting up going to work? You know what I mean?
Right.
So like music was like a hobby, you know. It was a blessing. I had a big song and I made a lot of money, but I didn't want that to take away from who I am and what I do. So
Big facts.
I love that. The fact that he was going to work.
Yeah.
These artists today, they want to struggle so bad to make it, and it's so terrible, and I hate it.
It's like, why does every artist have to sleep on the floor?
That you don't have to do that. Like, why are you sleeping on the floor?
Lazy, like you really. I get the whole manifestation thing and wanting to just shift your life all about the music, but really, you really not gonna be working out here, like getting to the money. You really just gonna be like just. I guess just trying to figure it out, but it's just like, nah. So I respect you saying that you actually was still working even with hits. So that's dope.
I tell artists that all the time. I was like, even me working a job, you know, working in a barbershop every day, it helped me weather the storm even in the music business. You know, because this music stuff, even if you do get hot and blow up or get a big song, that don't mean it's going to stay like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Part.
Me going to the barbershop every day, it prepared me for, you know, certain things. Like when I ain't as hot as I used to be, you know what I mean? I'm still being consistent at what I do. I was cutting hair consistently. I ain't stopping this for nothing. It don't matter if I got $100,000 check or, you know, if I ain't got no money, I'm still going to the barbershop every day. And it just, you know, it builds character in you where it's like, okay, I'm going to be consistent no matter what's going on.
Exactly. That's true. So do you,
But no, you go ahead.
So do you like have any other like hidden talents? Like, did you play sports? Like, or do you?
Of course. I mean, I played sports. I loved basketball so much when I was in high school. I can pull up the pictures, you know.
Oh, yeah, me like
state
hoop.
Yeah, that's why I had to ask you, because
Okay.
like I feel like musicians or just creatives in general, like it's in us to be team oriented. So like for me, it's just like natural for me to be a team player. Like, you know, it's just natural for me. So I just had to ask you because you know how to collaborate with people, and I think that just stems from knowing how to be a team player. You're not trying to always be the person.
The main person. I never been that though. You know, and when you play basketball, I was a point guard, so my job is to make somebody else look good. You know, set somebody else up for the shot. And that's what I was as a producer. It wasn't about me. It's about making the music to make Gucci Mane blow up. He the star. You know what I mean? I'm just the guy that's kind of behind the scenes. So
that part. Now, one thing you did, you brought up family, you know, family making, you know, you're saying $100,000, you know, your family hasn't seen that. So for your family, you were the first to make it as far as music. Now, according to, you know, sources, Sweetie is your cousin. So,
what?
Yeah.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah.
I can kind of see that. Okay.
Yeah, that's family right there.
Like your blood cousin.
It's when we say cousins, it's almost like, you know how I don't know if y'all been to go to church. I've been going to church all my life. And when you done been with somebody and y'all family kind of done stayed with each other, you're not blood cousins, but like this is my cousin right here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. Like, you know, me and Sweetie been cousins since we was younger. When she, you know, she's younger than me, but we've been cousins. So those are people that, you know, she's somebody I really call my cousin.
So her starting in the game, of course, you know, she got signed immediately to Warner Bros. But like you helped her with her first mixtape, right?
Of course, you gotta think. They used to come to my house. Especially, you know, I'm already kind of on.
Yeah.
She trying to, you know, start rapping and this and that. So of course, anytime she got something she trying to do, and I got a little position, I'm gonna be a part of whatever you got going on.
Right.
I never knew she was gonna blow up and be a mega star like she is right now.
Right.
So that's just amazing.
So you never seen her even when she was rapping back then, like freestyling and stuff?
I always thought she was, you know, she had the look. She was definitely talented.
Right.
But I've been one of those guys, and I'm not ashamed to say it. That's like Nicki Minaj used to come to my house every day.
Before she blew up?
Before she blew up. You know, the last project she put out was that mixtape called, was it Beam Me Up, Scotty?
Yes.
Yeah. So I did the song on there called Easy. It got Gucci Mane and Rocco on it. So she used to come to my house every day. Now, she is talented. She got the look and everything, but that wasn't my focus. Like, girl rap music wasn't my focus at the time. I'm working with Gucci, and I'm working with OJ, and I'm on street, you know, trap
think about
music.
put the era in perspective, too, now.
Yeah, that's what I'm on right now. So it's like, I do some music with you, but that's not my focus.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's respectable to say.
And I
that,
like Nicki Minaj, I was like, I didn't know she was going to be a super mega star.
Right.
I couldn't tell. I could tell Gucci was.
Right.
I could tell Migos was. I knew because it's like, that's, you know, that's what I'm looking for. That's the type of music I'm in. So
that's your expertise. It ain't, you don't have to be ashamed to say that.
I ain't ashamed of it.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's good.
So, I mean, like, Sweetie don't be hitting you over the head for the beats, though, right? She'll be super duper charging you hard, right?
Who?
Sweetie.
No, we don't charge each other.
There we go. The Sweetie side. There we go.
It's not always about money.
I ain't about no
Absolutely.
money. No.
Yeah, period.
I'm like that with relationships that I have with like a Gucci or a Future.
Right.
It's never about no money.
Right.
It's about, okay, I want you. What you need me to be on your album? Cool. I might need you to do a verse for me or something like that, and we work it like that.
Beautiful.
I think that's why that's why your success is longevity. I think too many people worry about the bag in the studio and it drives the energy to a whole nother level. Like, who wants to work under those circumstances where you got somebody like, well, I'm going to get 25% on the production, right? And I'm going to do this. Like, why are we talking about this?
Why are we talking about that?
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I'll lower the hi-hats, bro. All right, let me get like 20%. Like, you was probably going to lower the hi-hats anyway.
Boy, that's how I go.
What you think about that? Just like people bringing that type of energy into the studio
I
environment.
don't know. I never been on that. Like, I always been. One of the reasons I'm successful, I think, even early on, is because I used to give out my music. I used to put 40 beats on a CD and give them out to just all the different artists. Not because I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to get my name going. I'm trying to get a hit. I'm trying to get some, you know, to talk about, man. Zaytoven, he got them beats. Right. You know what I mean? And that came from me giving. That part. So now I could go to the club and, dang, the Shop Boys did a song on one of them beats. Young Dro did a song on one of them beats. And they playing in the club. Then they come on the radio. Now my money gonna come from all these different ways because I'm not even thinking about money. I'm just thinking about, you know, trying to get the music going. So I think that's the best way of doing it. I can't stand when people just trying to see, you know, that's thinking small. Like, how much I'm gonna get, how much percent I'm gonna get, how much money can I make right now? Right. Yeah. No, I've never been on that.
That's weird to say. I just want to know, like, because he is a married man, and I just need to know, like, what type of advice do you give out to people in this industry that feel like, you know, I can't be married and be successful because, you know, I live this type of lifestyle and there's just a lot going on and whatnot. But for you to be able to balance it out and still be a family man, that says a lot about you and your character. So what advice do you give out to anybody that may be struggling with that? Like, I need to be seen as a player or just single. I mean, it's out there.
It's out there. I mean, I think that's most people now. That's just how they feel. They feel like, man, I need to be loose. I need to be able to move. I don't want nobody on my back. You know, this and that. But a lot of people are raised different. A lot of people see different things. They come from different backgrounds. My background is all I seen is my mom and daddy. That has, you know, it's me and 2 brothers and a sister. Right. And I seen a household that's, you know, every day. That's what I seen. I see my daddy with my mama till this day. So planted a seed in me. Well, that's what I'm gonna do. That's the right way to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a church musician, so I see the pastor and his wife all the time with their kids. So if this is something that's being constantly, portrayed to me, then I'm gonna be like, well, that's what I want to do. That's what I need to do. 'Cause these are the people that I look up to. So. Some people that might look at Zaytoven and look up to me and be like, okay, that's the way I want to do it.
Right.
There's a lot of other people like, man, that ain't for me. I don't want no wife. I don't want.
Right.
I just want.
I want to see my baby every 2 months. It's like you got people out there that's like that. So
that's real deal.
Yeah,
that's real deal.
Respect.
So we talked about a lot of historic things, and something historic that went down was being able to witness Gucci Mane and Jeezy perform Icy,
yes.
for the verses. Now, as the person that made that beat, how did it feel for you to see that happen? Because honestly, being from Atlanta, I didn't think we was gonna ever see that.
Yeah,
I
didn't either. I mean, to be in the room, to see that all over again, it took me all the way back to when the song first started getting hot. I remember the first time watching Jeezy perform that song. Me and Gucci is in the crowd. Jeezy up there is him and P. Diddy, and this was at Club Chocolate. I think it was back in the day.
I remember Club
It was
Chocolate.
there.
One of the
But
first clubs I got into when I was like 15. I remember Club Chocolate.
So we up there watching Jeezy perform all his other songs. Then you could hear the crowd asking him to do Icy. So he started performing Icy. So it's like, oh, Gucci, you got to get up there.
Right.
I remember taking my necklace off because Gucci already had a necklace too. He'll take mine too. Go up and let's get the security to try to get you up on stage so you can perform with them. You know what I mean? And it just made me feel like that all over again. For somebody that never had a hit record before or a song that made it big, seeing your songs performed by these people in this club and everybody singing all the words is just like, it's a feeling you can't describe.
Right.
So to see it at the verses is like, it just took me right back to I can remember that.
At the historic Magic City, it's just a blessing.
That was big.
Very big for the culture because, that record, I mean, it's unfortunate, we don't got to speak on that situation because, ain't got nothing to do with us. But, to know that the three of y'all were able to come together and create something so legendary that really popped. It basically popped off all three of y'all careers.
Yeah, it did. It really did.
So,
it really did.
Was it in the studio? Like, how did that record,
We did it in Patchwork. Well, I was cutting hair at the barbershop. Gucci called me like, hey, man, Jeezy gonna do a song with us. So I need to leave the barbershop and come home and make, the way me and Gucci record is I always make something fresh. You know what I mean, from scratch.
Right.
So I came from the barbershop, went to met him at my mama's basement, made a beat real quick, because he was singing the hook to me. I made a beat around it. We went down to the studio, and we waiting on Jeezy when we got, we sitting outside the studio waiting when it's our turn to go in because he going to do a song with us.
That's hard.
Yep. And he didn't want to do Icy. That wasn't his style. You got to think that I was from the Bay Area, so that music sound like it's like Bay Area music almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Jeezy wasn't on that. He was on, on street music.
Anthems.
You know what I mean? So it was like, that's the song y'all want to do? Y'all want to do that?
Right.
Let's try something else. So Goose like, Zay, put on another beat. Let's try something else. But me being from the Bay Area, not really knowing who Jeezy is, I almost was kind of offended, like, what? What you mean, do something else?
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm telling, me and Gucci with each other every day. I'm telling Gucci, let's do the song that we came down here to do.
Right.
And Gucci like, all right, well, cool, put the other one back on.
Right.
And before you know it, everybody in the studio picked up a pen and pad trying to write to get on that song, because it's like, hold on, they got a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's just amazing to see it all,
You listen to your intuition. I love that.
Yeah.
Because it takes you sometimes, I was just having that conversation today, because in this industry, people will tell you, like, what they want you to do, but you have to negotiate what you feel is, like, in your heart, like, no, it need to be like this, because a lot of people are divas, and they don't like to step out of their comfort zone. They want to do stuff the same way, and that's respectable, but it's just like, look, sometimes you just have to fight for what you believe in.
If we would have did any other record that day, we probably wouldn't even be here. Me and Gucci probably wouldn't even be around because, that was the song that made us who we are.
Right.
Absolutely.
If we would have just did one just regular street song, it'd have been like, oh, that was hard, that was cool.
Right.
And that'd have been it.
Absolutely. And one thing that you did touch on too, it's like, because for somebody who's so successful, it's like you have no problems talking about your humble beginnings. So y'all really waited outside of the studio for him.
Man, come on.
Like,
we weren't too proud. Like, me and Gucci, you gotta think, me and Gucci, was recording at my mama's basement. We in my mama's basement. We used to go to the club Libra on Moreland. It's like a hole-in-the-wall club every Thursday, so he can perform whatever songs we've been doing.
Right.
So for us to get a song with Jeezy, you know what I mean, that's already been signed to different labels, and he kind of like the new hot guy. Come on, we gonna do whatever it takes. We'll sit outside and wait till whenever. We're gonna do what it takes.
That's real.
That part. Now, even outside of music, you know, you've created films, you've made some classic movies. So, will we see any more movies from Zaytoven in the near future?
Definitely. I got a comedy on the way. It's called Too Finesse.
Hey.
It's done already.
Hey.
Yeah, it's done already. So
watch party.
No, right?
oh, we're gonna do all that. We definitely gonna do all that, man. And it's crazy because I'm in there acting like a rapper. I don't even want to give it away, but it's funny. So you got to see it. Yeah, you know, and people don't understand. I did like the movie that everybody know me for is called Birds of a Feather. And it's big, and I only did that because I wasn't as relevant in music at the time. You know, I think I've been producing for a long time. So this one, you got Lex Luger come in. Then you did Mike Will come in after that? It was just like new people coming. Yeah. So it's like, it's not about Zaytoven. It ain't all about Zaytoven no more. You know what I mean? So I'm like, dang, bro, I need to do something to get some attention back on me or, you know, expand who I am. Yeah. So that's why I shot the movie. People don't even understand that. That's one of the main reasons I did the movie is because it's like, well, how can I get, you know, people attention again?
Right. It's called Reinvention. Even Future with the beast mode.
Yeah.
Reinvention. That's called Reinvention.
That's another kind, you know.
So you have to do that, I think, just to have that longevity and to relate to the younger generation, because as you get older, you still have younger people, you know, getting into the game, and you want to be able to just relate to it.
Of course.
Absolutely.
No, I just got to ask him because, you know, we are DJs, and you're known for being the number one producer, period, you know, one of those producers, but you also transitioned to the DJ side of things. Like, how did that come about, and how was the experience for you?
Now, I will say, for the longest, I was saying, like, bro, I ain't no DJ. You know what I mean? People calling me a DJ. I'm like, I ain't no DJ, I'm a producer.
Right.
Then it was like, well, how much do you charge to come and DJ? I'm like, bro, I don't DJ. I don't know how to DJ. I ain't no DJ. Right. You a DJ for real? Yeah. See there? I'm not no real DJ.
Right.
So when people start saying, like, well, we'll pay you $15,000, we'll pay you $20,000 to come DJ, I start looking like, hold on, I might need to learn how to DJ.
No, for real.
You know what I mean? So and what I learned is, you know, I don't have to be a great DJ. Me having a name and a brand already, I was going to places. I was going to Vancouver. I was going to Vegas. I was doing all these shows, barely knowing how to DJ. Right. But the people accepted me so much, it made me feel like, oh, I'm a DJ. I'm ready to do a show every 2 days.
Here we go.
Right. You know what I mean? And I don't really like to. You know how people are producers, people are DJs. I don't want to disrespect the craft because I'm not really that great at it.
Right.
But it was an opportunity, and we living in a time where it's like people want you to do these type of things, and this is what expands your brand. So me, I'm one of those type of guys like, well then, if that's what's going on, if DJing what's going on now, I'm finna go do it. I'm finna try it. I'm gonna make it work.
Right. You right about that.
And it worked. It's like, you know what I mean? That's probably the most fun I had doing music.
Yeah, don't turn down the blessing now.
Don't,
you know?
That bad came in.
Don't turn it down.
Because that's how we came in the game. Like, we had to learn how to do it, so we had to humiliate ourselves a little bit. Like, we didn't know what we was doing, but then as you practice and keep going, then eventually it's gonna open.
I'm so scared. My first show, I went out there. My plan was, because my first show was overseas in Vancouver, and my plan was, okay, I'm gonna bring a DJ, and I'm just gonna be up there on the mic, almost like I'm doing it, since you know they can't really see.
Yeah, that part.
He couldn't go over there because some child support. He couldn't get his
the
passport. I said, Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that was God like, nope,
man.
You Zaytoven, you got it. Nope.
I'm gonna tell you what made it worse is the guy the owner, you know, that brought me up. Oh, he was just talking. We got the Zaytoven, the number one. I was like, Lord, please let him quit saying all that. Cause I'm so scared because I don't even know what to press when I get up here.
Right.
So man, I was in there figuring it out as I was going. And the people were just like, Zaytoven.
Yes, sir.
So it just gave me confidence. Right. Yeah, it just gave me confidence. Like, oh, come on. If they're going to like me like that, then I can do this.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's respect.
That part, you can do it. So, you know, Reinvention. Here we are now, 2021. You got this record with Belly, Young Thug, The Weeknd. You know,
it's a dope record.
Dope record.
I love it.
You know, tell us how it all came together and how does it feel for you to just still be present in this new wave of just vibes and music?
I mean, it's definitely a blessing, man. It's definitely to still be here, still being, you know, mentioned and people want to work with you. It's always, you know, a great thing. The song came about. Now, this is crazy. Like 2 years ago, the Weeknd people reached out to me and like, man, we send us some beats. We, you know what I mean, this and that. Send some beats. And he liked one. It's like, oh, Zay, this the one. He liked this one right here. He gonna do something to this.
Right.
He did something to it. He was like, oh, yeah, Zay, that's a smash. He killed the record. Here it is. You know, after about 3 months, it's like, well, bro, what happened to the song? Did y'all still, you know what I mean?
Right.
So here it is, two and a half, maybe 3 years later.
Right.
Now they're like, hey, so the song, we finna get ready to put the song out. I'm like, y'all still talking about that song, the beat I gave y'all 3 years ago? And that's just how this stuff work a lot of times. You know what I mean? Almost every song I had that's been big, it's been like, bro, that beat is like 2-3 years old.
Right.
You know what I mean? That
I
ain't
hear that
nothing.
a lot.
That's how it go. You know, but these artists so big and, you know, I guess they really have a plan and a vision for what they want to do. Sometimes it takes time, you know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't meant to come out right then when they did it.
Exactly.
So they asking me for the beat in the session. I'm like, bro, I don't even remember what I even named that beat. You know, when you got to go back and find the file.
Got to find the stems, yeah.
But, you know,
Hey,
I found them.
You was prepared, though.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
dope. So if that can happen, hopefully we'll finally hear this track that Zaytoven got with Jay-Z. Because when you posted that picture, you broke the internet, bro.
Listen, I can't wait for that to come.
It's going to happen.
Oh, yeah, that's happening.
I done something with Kanye. I done something with a lot of people that, you know, is just sitting in the vault. And I can't be the one to, you know, leak it and release it. So I just got to wait, you know.
But you were putting out your own records.
Yeah,
Are
but
you
you
still
know.
gonna do it?
Yeah, I still do that. I still do that. But you know, those are like, they so high up, it's like, you can't play with their records. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta let them put that out whenever they feel like they want to put them out.
That's
That
facts.
part. Absolutely.
That's good.
Well, Zaytoven, on behalf of Infinite Vibes, we want to tell you thank you so much for just taking the time out your life to pull up and chat with us. So one thing about our show, we always like to end these with just positive words of affirmation. So what are some advice that Zaytoven can provide to anybody on their way?
Words of advice. I mean, always be yourself, stay true to yourself. And the biggest thing for me is you know, is character. Always build your character every day. You know what I mean? Take whatever adversities come, you know, anything that's good that come in your life, you know, help it build your character. So, you know what I mean, you can be an example for somebody else.
That part. And on behalf of us, we don't know if you got one, but we definitely finna bless you. On behalf of our sponsors. Yes, Sirski. We got you your own Chaotica eyeball, so when you have your home studio sessions, they can pull up, put that over the mic. It's gonna sound like they in the booth.
That's what's up.
Whoever mixing and mastering, your life is about to get easier.
Get easy.
Hey,
Right.
There we go. So that's from us
That's
to
the
you,
go-to.
bro.
That's what's up. Appreciate it.
All
Real
love.
legend in the building.
Yes,
Thank you.
real legend in the building. Please give our listeners your social media. Let them know how they can get in contact with you. And please introduce this record that you have with Belly, The Weeknd, and Young Thug.
For social media, everything is Zaytoven Beats, Zaytoven Beatz. And this right here, this is a smash. It's a summer smash. Belly, The Weeknd, Young Thug, Better Believe. Produced by Zaytoven.
Yes, sir. Infinite Vibes, Taste, Dash Radio. Zaytoven is in the building.